Hello, everybody. So, um, today was parent-teacher conferences, and so it's like a little late this evening. So we have parent-teacher conferences twice a year, and we have them 2 nights, and they're a couple hours a night. We used to do it all in our field house. We'd set up essentially a giant ring of tables or two rings of tables, and people would just move from table to table and talk to the teachers. And actually, I really liked that format because sometimes I don't get to see anybody. So it was nice to see other teachers, and you could talk to parents and just kind of you could stay at your table, or sometimes we'd amble, talk to other people. But we haven't done that in a few years. Well, with COVID, we've done virtual parent-teacher conferences. But prior to that, they moved us back into our classrooms, which was interesting because some of us share classrooms. So. Um, But over the years, we have had fewer and fewer people participate. We used to have parent-teacher conferences, I want to say 3 times a year when I started teaching at Bradford, and now it's down to two. And I had one parent tonight, and I'll probably have one parent because it's scheduled, because this one's scheduled. I'll probably have one parent on Thursday night. I don't think I'm going to get any drop-ins, and that really concerns me because with all of the ways that we have to communicate, we're not actually communicating. We're not actually getting face to face and talking about the things that need to be talked about. If we can check a box, we're okay with checking a box, but we're not actually communicating, which is one of the reasons that teaching theater and communication and public speaking and getting over that fear of talking to other people and being in front of other people is so incredibly important. Now, I'm not saying that our parents are afraid to come in and talk to us. I don't think that's the case. But I think we have made face-to-face communication less important. Um, and I think you have the illusion of having a lot of information because you have all these websites that you can log into to track what your kids are doing at school. But that's not going to give you the full picture, and it's not going to tell you what's actually happening. So I hope that people will think about the fact that there is more to you as a person than the stats that you generate online. You can learn a lot about a person looking at their Facebook page or their social media accounts or their bank account or how many times they log in and what websites they go visit. You can learn a lot about a person, but you're not going to learn everything about a person. I'm not going to learn everything about you by looking at where you go online. I'm going to learn some of the things you like. I'm going to learn the things you're following. I'm not going to know why you're following those things. Um, could be you do it for work. You would not believe the bizarre things that I buy for work for a theater. My credit card was very confused for the first few years that I was using it for work. Um, but you're going to find out about people by talking to them. And that's what we teach kids to do. We teach kids to stand up in front of other people and talk to them. And if that is not a worthwhile skill to have in a world where nobody else is doing it, I don't know what is. So, if you have the opportunity to go to a parent-teacher conference and actually talk to your kids' teachers, do it. Go in there, introduce yourself, shake their hand. They will be so happy to talk to you. They will be thrilled to know that you care enough about what you're doing in your classroom and what their kids are doing in your classroom. Because we know our parents are busy people. We're busy people. We know that our parents, our students' parents and families, we know they care. We also know they're busy. But we all need to communicate, and it will be so much better for the kids if we're all on the same page. And the only way we get there is by actually sitting down and talking. Looking at the online gradebook is only going to give you a snapshot of what's going on. It's not going to give you the whole story. So I implore you, go to parent-teacher conferences. Even if your kids hate it, do it anyway. I love talking to the parents about the things their kids are doing right. Because I don't have a student in my class that isn't capable. I don't have a student in my class that some days they all just have moments of brilliance. They all have those moments where you're like, yeah, it's working. Uh, and that's what you want to share. That's what you want to share. That's what the grades don't show. That doesn't show that stuff. Anyway, um, thank you for listening. Uh, I hope you guys have a great day. Um, yeah, get out and talk to somebody. Get out and talk to somebody that you need to communicate with. Skip the email, walk down the hall, talk to them. Thanks. Have a great night.